Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm John Dietz, speaker, trainer, coach with John Dietz Coaching and business builder with eXp Realty. Today, we're going to talk about the process from lead generation to lead follow-up to take the listing. We're going to focus on making for sale by owner calls in the conversation today. Now, the first thing I want you to write down is the purpose of the call is to get the appointment. It's a face-to-face appointment. That means it's not a listing appointment. It can be, but I don't want you to say no to opportunity just because they're not ready to have a listing conversation for yet. So the call is simple. Hey, John Dietz here, local real estate expert. I noticed you're selling your home by owner, and I was just curious if I had a full price offer on your home, would you want me to bring you the offer? Now, you're going to hear a number of different things, and we're not going to talk about all the objections you're going to hear in the video today. That's on another one of my YouTube videos. So just go to my YouTube page, links below, and you'll be able to catch that video on overcoming objections. So the call leads to an appointment. Now you're face to face. The purpose of the appointment is to create a foundation to follow up from. It's to convey, I care about you, you can trust me, and I can help you. And you're going to do that by asking great questions, by taking the time to tour the home with the seller, asking questions about their property, liking their property, super important, and taking notes. And take notes out loud as you're writing notes. Let them know what you're writing down. In other words, wow, I love your kitchen. Updated granite countertops, maple cabinets, stainless steel appliances, travertine floors, whatever they've got, write it down. Love it. Make sure they know that. Now, I want to get to the follow-up part of the conversation. That's this space here in the middle. And what you need is you need systematic follow-up. In other words, you got to have a system for this. You're going to follow up once a week for the first 8 weeks. And you're checking in, even though I hate that word, so erase that. You are having conversations to see how are things going? Is your home still available? Have you had any offers? What do the offers look like? You're listening for frustration. When you hear frustration, a great question to ask, in other words, they're frustrated their home hasn't sold. A great question to ask is, can you tell me what a good buyer looks like to you? And of course, sellers go to script school. And the good news for you is they've only got a few scripts. Now, what they're probably going to say to that question is, well, a good buyer is somebody who can afford my home. Great, I agree. And can I share what a good buyer looks like to me? A good buyer is somebody who is in town for the weekend to buy a home, or there's somebody who sold their home yesterday and they need to buy a home to move into in the next 30 days. Now, if you were that buyer, are you out driving around looking for sell by owners, or are you working with a professional like me? And if you were the real estate agent working with that buyer, are you driving them around showing them for sale by owners, or are you showing them homes that are listed by a professional like me? Now, the aha is if you're not attracting one of the buyers that we just described as a good buyer or a great buyer, who are you attracting? Now, the answer is everybody else. So in these follow-ups, what I want you to do is I want you to create value adds. Week one, week two, week three, week four, week five, and so on. I want you to send them information either via text message or email or snail mail that is valuable information. Market updates. Go to Chat GPT and ask Chat GPT to help you with this. It'll take 2 minutes to create 8 separate text messages that are each delivering value to the homeowner. You're making deposits. That is letting them know here's what's going on in the market. This is the observation. This is the forecast. This is what's happening in the real estate market today. This could be why your home isn't selling. You're having strategic pricing conversations explaining how important supply and demand is, how important it is to attract the right buyer versus the wrong buyer. And as you're dropping these valuable messages once a week for 8 weeks, you're calling periodically to have a conversation with them about the message you sent, asking questions. What questions do you have for me? Not do you have any questions? The question is, what questions do you have for me? What did you like? Not tell me what you thought. What did you like? Where do you think we can make a change in order to get a different result? It is creating emotional proximity. And this simply means that when I get ready to sell my home, I'm going to look up and I'm going to hire the person who's closest to me because they've created emotional proximity through systematic follow-up. All right, quick review. If you want more information on how this works, this is the same system that I used to take an average of 10 seller listings every month for 15 years. If you'd like my help, I'm here to help you. Reach out to me. My name is John Dietz. Contact information is below. Hit that calendar link and schedule a free coaching call with me. Again, John Dietz, speaker, trainer, coach, business builder with eXp Realty. Thank you and make it a great day.